It means the miracle is touching you already. It means your angels are screaming through this message. It means today is holy. Close your eyes. Speak only love. Walk slowly. Today is the shift. Type Amen to get blessing 15151. The biggest mistake you could make is believing this message wasn't meant for you. That this day is just like every other. That your story will never turn. Don't you believe that lie. Your story turns today. But only if you don't return to the mistake you're being warned about. Stay silent. Stay soft. Stay strong. Today, heaven is watching you pass your final test. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There are footsteps approaching your path today, unseen, yet real. These footsteps belong to someone who has carried information about you in silence, someone who holds a hidden truth that you deserve to know. That truth is what the miracle is wrapped inside, but your decision today will determine whether you ever hear it. You may feel strange today, almost like time is moving slower, or that your thoughts are louder. That's not your imagination. That's your spiritual radar going into high alert because the energy around you is shifting drastically. If you feel the urge to isolate yourself today, don't resist it. Silence is your protection. Stillness is your guide. There's too much noise trying to corrupt your clarity. Type Amen to get blessing 1199. You're about to be offered something that feels like an opportunity, but it's a cleverly disguised distraction. It will appear shiny and well-timed, but it comes with strings, contracts, and spiritual delay. You must be brave enough to walk past it, even if it means walking without applause, even if it means declining what others would die for. You were never built for the average. You were crafted for the divine. And the divine doesn't require deals. It only requires faith. Type Amen to get blessing 9494. Archangel Michael says, someone close to you is secretly hoping you make the wrong decision today. They are pretending to cheer you on while secretly aligning with those who are watching your moves from a distance. Their presence in your life is no longer safe. The divine has sent you signs, dreams, headaches, repeated patterns, and silence after conversations. Don't ignore those. They're not coincidences. They're confirmations. You are now being repositioned. And that repositioning demands you let go of what your heart thought it needed but your soul knows it doesn't. Type Amen to get blessing 5757. You're going to feel a strange release in your chest today. A warmth. A weight lifting. That's the angels finally removing an energy that was blocking you. You may cry. You may feel like sleeping. That's normal. Your body is catching up to what your spirit already knows. Freedom is arriving. But that freedom must be protected. Don't let comfort trick you into returning to chains. Don't let loneliness take you back to poison. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. You deserve the version of life where your soul doesn't shrink, where your voice isn't silenced, where your effort isn't ignored. You're stepping into that version now, but only if you avoid the mistake of thinking you owe loyalty to people who harmed you when you were weak. They were never confused. They were calculated. And now they're watching, hoping you trip right before the miracle lands. Type Amen to get blessing 4646. You are so much closer than you realize. If you could only see what heaven is doing behind the scenes for you right now, you'd dance even through the pain. But what's blocking it is one thought, one pattern, one person. You know who it is. You feel it in your bones. The miracle is not asking you to suffer, it's asking you to trust. This isn't punishment, it's preparation. This isn't the end, it's the opening. And once you pass this, the floodgates will open in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. There's an energy around you that knows your potential. It studied you. It smiled in your face while praying for your downfall. That's why you must not return that call today. That's why you must not reply to that message. Even if they say they've changed. Even if they apologize. Their timing is not pure, it's strategic. They feel something is coming for you, and they want to ride your wave. Don't let them. Let them feel the silence of your healing. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Something you lost is about to return, but better. It may come in a different form. A person, a place, an opportunity. But it's the essence of what you prayed for, and it's dressed in divine timing. But it cannot coexist with doubt. It cannot land if your energy is tied to toxicity. You must make space. Let go. Shut the door. Turn the page. You weren't meant to carry everything into your next chapter. Some things were lessons, not luggage. Type Amen to get blessing 7272. There are papers that were almost signed, a trip that was almost taken, a step that was almost made, by someone else, to lead to your loss. But everything changed at the last second, all because someone didn't sleep, didn't stop, didn't let the dark energy reach you. Archangel Michael says your story isn't ending. It's beginning in a new way, a stronger way. One where you walk with purpose and awaken the truth. You were born for more than survival. You were born for impact. And that's exactly why they wanted you gone. Type Amen to get blessing 1111 now. Everything shifts. The timelines are correcting. And the person who saved you is about to appear in front of you. They may not say the full story. They may never claim their role, but they will stand beside you as your next chapter unfolds. You will feel their presence, the calm in their voice, the silent promise in their actions. You will know it's them. Stay alert. Stay connected. Don't rush past the moments where your soul tries to speak louder than the world. This message is not just a warning. It's a confirmation. A rescue happened. A rescue is happening. And a rescue is about to happen again. Comment, I'm ready to walk in my new protected path, if you feel this breakthrough. And if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You are not alone. Never have been. Never will be. There's a shield around you made of both human love and divine light. Even in your lowest moments, you've been guarded by intentions that you can't even comprehend. That's how loved you are. Now breathe. Stand tall. Walk differently from this moment forward. You've been chosen to continue. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. The danger isn't over completely, but its shape has changed. What was once a plan to break you has now become a mirror reflecting the strength you didn't know you carried. You've stepped into awareness now, and that alone shifts everything in your favor. The person who prayed for you never gave up, even when you stopped believing in miracles. They never stopped watching, even when you turned your back unknowingly. Their devotion didn't depend on attention or reward. They moved in silence. like a guardian spirit wrapped in skin. You didn't notice them because they weren't meant to distract you, only protect you. Their identity might shock you. It might even confuse you. But they are closer than you think, and the day is coming when everything will click together like a puzzle piece. Type Amen to get blessing 584. What you once called coincidence was intervention. What you once labeled instinct was a divine whisper. And what you thought was just luck was truly orchestrated safety. They caught on to something others missed. Something dangerous was stitched inside your routine, like a curse masked as normal life. But they saw it. They took action. They burned bridges, lost friends, sacrificed comfort, just to ensure your soul kept breathing. They were misunderstood, mocked, but none of it mattered to them. Their mission was clear: keep you alive. Even if it meant being misunderstood by you. Even if it meant hiding in the shadows of your story. Comment: I honor the ones who protect in silence. If you understand their sacrifice, you are a key in a much larger lock. A lock that opens realms, pathways, and answers. And they knew that if anything happened to you, entire destinies would collapse. That's why they fought so hard. Not because you were weak, but because you were too important to lose. So they called upon angels. Not once, not twice, but endlessly. And their calls were answered every time. You may feel tired now, but you're still breathing because someone else refused to let you fall. You are stronger than the weapon formed against you. Type Amen to get blessing 920. You might have passed that moment without realizing it. You might have smiled at the person next to you, unaware they were tracking your safety in their mind. The food you ate, the road you took, the event you skipped, all of it was shifted with intent. You didn't choose wrong, you were redirected with divine force. Archangel Michael says, the war was not just physical, it was spiritual. And in the spirit, your protector was unshakable. They whispered your name into the winds of warning. They called heaven's gates to attention. And they were heard. The enemy didn't just want your body. They wanted your light, your vision, your influence, and your power. Comment: my light cannot be stolen. If you feel this deeply, that power still lives in you. And now it's time for you to protect it the same way others protected you. Walk carefully. Speak intentionally. Surround yourself with those who respect your calling. Because now, the game is changing. What was once hidden is revealing itself. The enemies are exposing their names. You'll begin to see it in strange ways. People backing off. Paths closing. Ties breaking. It's not punishment, it's purification. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Even in the middle of the night, your name is still spoken in prayer by someone who holds your memory like treasure. They don't need your thanks, but your awareness will strengthen the shield. Because when you know you're protected, you walk with a power that blinds the threat. Your intuition will start to scream louder now. You'll feel it before it happens. That's not paranoia. That's divine activation. You were never ordinary. Your survival alone proves that. The trap was set. The net was thrown. But your purpose ripped it open. Comment: I rise because I must. If this feels like your truth. There is someone who regrets not listening to you. Someone who ignored the warnings until it hit too close to home. They now know you were marked for divine calling. And they're trying to reach out. But they're scared. Scared you won't forgive them. Scared you've grown too far ahead. Let your heart remain open, but guarded. Be wise. Be watchful. Your safety is not in being silent but in being aware. Archangel Michael says, there are still 2 more threats on your timeline, but they are already being rerouted. You just need to stay awake. Stay ready. Keep your soul tuned to the frequency of truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2424 from this day on. Your walk is different. You are not walking alone. You never were. You are covered in layers of protection made from love, sacrifice, and sacred calling. Even when storms come, they will pass around you. Not because you're untouchable, but because you're too chosen to be defeated. The person who saved you still watches, still waits, still believes in the version of you that fulfills your destiny. And now that you're aware, they smile, because their mission is working. You're safe. You're strong. You're waking up. Comment, I am grateful for those who guard my destiny. If you know this truth is meant for you, you were never meant to find out. But now that you've seen this message, the truth is making its way to your soul. You were always being watched, but by love, not malice. Every movement you made was traced by energy. When you stopped for a moment and felt something strange, it wasn't your imagination. It was intervention. The time you paused before stepping out. The moment your car wouldn't start. The second you dropped your keys and were delayed. These were moments of divine delay. Nothing was random. Not the silence. Not the change of plans. Not the last-minute shift. Type Amen to get blessing 656. The threat that was being prepared for you was masked in ordinary timing. But someone knew. Someone was alerted in their sleep. They jolted awake, heart pounding, whispering your name. Their soul was connected to you in ways no science can explain. This person has always been sensitive to your energy. Even in distance, they feel when something isn't right. They might not speak to you directly, but they act in secret. They have asked the heavens for more time on your behalf. They have traded their own peace for your safety. Comment, I feel someone's spirit watching over me. If this is reaching deep. They even faced backlash for defending you. People called them foolish for caring too much. They lost sleep, strength, and sanity, but they never stopped. When others mocked your purpose, they stayed silent and protective. When others celebrated your downfall, they mourned for you in silence. You are not forgotten. You are not neglected. You are not at risk the way you once were, because someone stood in the gap. Someone you once knew, or still know, has made it their soul's duty to guard your light. Type Amen to get blessing 811. Now the spiritual warfare is shifting. Now the tables are turning. The enemy is panicking because you're awakening to your own protection. Archangel Michael says this awareness will make the next trap fail before it even begins. But only if you stay in alignment. Your dreams may change now. You may see flashes, faces, symbols, roads you haven't walked yet. Don't ignore them. They are previews. The next 33 days are crucial. You must remain spiritually grounded. A window is opening and you'll receive clarity like never before. Comment, I will guard my energy and listen to divine instruction to activate this phase. The person who saved you may soon be tested. Their protection over you has made them a target of envy. But the same force that guarded you will shield them. Even now, they are whispering your name into sacred space, asking the divine to give you strength, peace, clarity, and protection. They've cried for you, fought for you. They've dreamed of you standing fully in your power. And now, that moment is close. You will feel something powerful soon. A peace that has no explanation. A calmness before the real breakthrough. That's how you'll know someone has cleared the storm for you. Type Amen to get blessing 3666. It's not too late to respond. The universe is waiting for your soul to rise up and say, I'm ready. Ready to live like someone who was saved for a reason. From this point on, your eyes will open to patterns. You'll know who's for you and who's pretending. That's the gift given to those who are spared. You were saved not just for your sake, but for the lives you're meant to touch. There are people waiting on your voice, your hands, your courage. You carry frequency that heals. You don't have to try. You just have to be fully who you are. The danger couldn't destroy that, and now, it never will. Comment, I accept the weight and honor of being chosen, if this is your truth. There are people still wishing for your fall. Still hoping the accident wasn't prevented. But they will see something that silences them. Because what's coming next is your elevation. Public favor. An unstoppable wave of blessings. Not for ego, but for purpose. The person who protected you will smile from afar. They won't take credit, but heaven will reward them openly. You will know their name, not by introduction, but by vibration. You'll feel it in their presence. You'll sense the warmth of their energy. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. This divine message is your wake-up call. But it's also your celebration. You escaped something you didn't even see. And now, you rise. Everything is aligning again. The timing, the favor, the connections. No longer working against you. Now they're working for you. This shift isn't about drama. It's about destiny. And your protector is still holding the gate open, allowing only the right energy in. Even now, someone is lighting a candle for you. Not out of ritual, but out of deep sacred belief in your soul's mission. Comment, the light surrounding me cannot be dimmed, if you are ready to walk forward. They kept your name clean when others lied. They spoke truth when others whispered evil. They defended you when you weren't in the room. You might have been sleeping during the attack. But they were awake, eyes swollen, lips trembling, hands folded in prayer. And now, heaven is rewarding their cry. The path is clear. The storm has passed. But the lessons remain. Let this moment change how you move. Let it wake up every sacred part of you. You were saved, so you could shine. Type Amen to get blessing 5511. You don't need to beg for clarity anymore. It's arriving. You don't need to chase safety anymore. You are surrounded. You don't need to explain why you survived. Just live like someone who did. You were marked from birth. Your soul is rare. Your essence is gold. And no weapon, no lie, no plan formed against you will ever succeed again. The battle has already been fought. And you were the victory. The proof is in the life you're still living. The person who saved you knows it's almost time. Time to reveal themselves. Time to step closer. Time to support you in the next chapter. Comment, I open my arms to divine protection and destiny. If you are truly ready. The hourglass has flipped, and time is flowing in your favor again. What once moved against you now kneels before your calling. Your name has been written in spiritual authority, and the forces that tried to erase it have failed. In silence, the protector who saved you wept tears no one saw. They felt the tension in their chest, the urgency in their spirit, and the invisible countdown ticking toward your destruction. But they stood their ground. This person didn't wait for an invitation. They didn't ask for recognition. They only knew one thing: you had to be safe. Even now, they are shifting things behind the scenes. A phone call delayed. A location rerouted. An energy blocked. Type Amen to get blessing 3993. Their heart knew when your soul was in danger. They didn't need proof. They didn't need permission. They just acted. There are messages you were supposed to receive, but they intercepted them. Words meant to hurt you were muted before they reached you. Even people who meant you harm were suddenly confused, distracted, redirected, because someone, somewhere, changed the flow of events. You felt protected but didn't know how. You kept moving forward while the chaos behind you burned out. And still, you didn't look back. Comment: thank you for the divine redirection, if you've ever walked away from a disaster untouched. Archangel Michael says, the one who fought for you is spiritually connected to you. They're not ordinary. They're assigned to your light. And in moments when the enemy circled, they stood taller. They pulled divine energy down like a sword and cut through the shadows on your behalf. This wasn't guesswork. It was warfare. A battle between light and dark. And your soul was the prize. But light always wins, especially when it's fueled by unconditional love. Type Amen to get blessing 8880. You may feel it in your chest now, that strange pull. That warmth, that flicker of knowing. That's the divine confirming, this message is for you. Don't brush it off. This is more than coincidence. This is the unfolding of a truth long buried beneath silence. The accident they tried to orchestrate would have been blamed on fate. But the protector knew it wasn't fate, it was foul play. And they traced the source. They confronted energies in the spiritual realm. They even sacrificed something precious to keep your soul intact. Comment: I honor the sacrifices made in silence. If you feel the weight of this message, your protector has endured attacks on your behalf. Spiritual, emotional, physical. But they never turned back. Because when your name is etched into someone's spirit, their loyalty doesn't fade. Not even when you forget them. The moment you were almost gone, they felt it. Their hands shook. Their vision blurred. They screamed in prayer louder than they ever have. And heaven heard them. Immediately. No delay. No hesitation. Because their love was pure. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. And now, it's your turn. To rise. To live with intention. To honor the protection you were given. No more wandering without direction. No more ignoring your intuition. The time of awakening has begun. You'll begin to see numbers, names, images. You'll have flash memories of things you never lived. These are all part of the opening. You've stepped into divine recall. Your soul remembers what your mind is still learning. And your path is being cleared like never before. Comment: I accept my divine awareness fully now, to receive this energy. The person who saved you is being brought closer. You may not recognize them immediately, but something inside you will bow when they speak. They will not announce themselves with pride, but you will feel the comfort of their energy settle over you like a blanket. You will wonder how you ever lived without them, how their presence feels like home. It's because they were sent to be your gatekeeper, and their time in the background is ending. The divine is pushing them into your light, not for drama, but for alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. You have one assignment now. Live like someone who was chosen. Protect your peace. Defend your light. And walk boldly in your truth. Your story almost ended, but now it begins again. The chapters ahead will be stronger, deeper, and filled with impact. You were saved because your voice is needed. Your love is healing. Your ideas are revolutionary. And your presence is magnetic. Let no one silence your light again. Not fear, not doubt, not delay. Comment this time, I will not hold back, if you're ready to walk with fire. The accident was only the beginning of what they tried to send your way. But it failed. And now, they are watching in confusion. The same ones who plotted are now speechless. Because the energy that was supposed to break you only made you unshakable. The protectors saw that too. They knew this wasn't just about stopping harm, it was about building strength. They've been praying for your clarity, for your next moves, for your trust to return to yourself. Type Amen to get blessing 1717, and now it's happening. You're being realigned. One by one, the right people will find you. The right doors will open. The right messages will reach you. The energy that was once blocked is flowing again. You'll feel it in your body, in your breath, in your surroundings. This is not fantasy. This is a spiritual contract being activated. Your life force is reclaiming space it once abandoned. Even your posture will change. You will walk differently, speak differently, glow differently, because you've been through a spiritual near-death, and survived. Comment, I'm walking out of the storm into my divine season, if this is your time. The protector still watches, and they always will. Their mission isn't over, but it's evolving. They now watch not to save you, but to witness you rise. They've dreamed of this moment more than you'll ever know, and when they see you living fully, they'll finally rest. Not in sleep, but in peace, because they'll know their love kept you alive long enough for you to step into your power. Type Amen to get blessing 1122. And now, a final message from the protector's heart to yours. I never needed you to thank me. I only needed you to survive. But now that you're awake, walk like someone who remembers that you were rescued by love greater than words can explain. I am always with you. Even if I never say it, I am always, always, with you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.